I'll be doing your Gemini mid-August reading today. Okay, so if you are a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you are not and you just happen to come across this video because it was recommended, well, welcome. Do stick around. And if you like what you see, please do give a like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so if you're not familiar with my channel or my readings are timeless and they are intuitive. So whenever you see this reading is possibly the time for you. Or again, we're on different timelines. So it could be that maybe currently the energy is not there, but in a couple of months or even possible that it may have already happened, right? Keep that in mind, right? Time is not, it's fluid. It's not as it's not linear. It's linear here in the 3D, but really it's fluid. Anywho, also keep in mind that not everything will resonate with you. If it does, awesome. Give it a thumbs up, please. If not, don't be discouraged. Take a look at my other readings, right? Sometimes you have to look at your moon, rising, Venus, or Jupiter in order to get a better picture of what is going on. Okay? Also, I do pre-shuffle as well as a meditative session before I record. So for Gemini, for mid-August, I got a couple different pictures that came to me and some cards came up in the shuffle. A card that just kept coming back repeatedly was the Three of Pentacles, right? So that tends to deal with, that could be like teamwork. It has to do with like even home repairs, maybe a relationship in repair, something like that, like a marriage or something in repair, you know, quality craftsmanship, depending if it's like career-based reading. It all depends on, you know, the energy. But that came up consistently. And then I also got, well, 3 other cards. So we got the Ace of Wands came up as well. So some of you may be starting something new, a new romantic partnership, right? Some of you are maybe starting a new job, or just that urge to create something, right? Maybe you're taking a chance and starting your own YouTube channel, or some sort of business of your own, right? Maybe you bake, right? You create your own cakes, or possibly you make your own soap or lotions or any of that kind of thing. I kind of feel like it's something crafty, but again, right? Also, I did see the Two of Wands as well. So that's just, again, maybe you're just waiting. You're waiting on results, right? You started this new project, or you've started something and you're kind of just waiting on it, right? You're just waiting for whatever it is to, like, for instance, if you've started your own YouTube channel, it takes time. It's not like you're going to see, you know, take it from me. I'm still like literally like just started a couple weeks back, or a few weeks now. And it takes a long time. It takes a lot of work, a lot of planning and dedication, right? Like to make sure that you get those videos, you know, recorded and uploaded, edited, all that kind of stuff, right? Depending on how you do it. Generally, tarot readers don't edit too much because, again, I know from experience, if something happens with the video, I'm just scrap it and I start again. Sometimes generally the messages can be similar, but not really. So it's a lot of work, right? Also, I saw the Seven of Pentacles. So again, the whole delayed success, right? Patience, hard work, the same kind of theme as the Two of Wands, right? The Two of Wands also could be the whole making a choice. Maybe you have to choose between like a full-time job or like your dream, what you're passionate about, and you're kind of on the fence of whether or not you should, you know, move forward with that. Okay, so we're going to start your mid-August reading. I will shuffle a little bit on camera and then we'll get right into it. Okay? Divine Spirit guides, ancestors, universe, please allow messages to come clearly regarding Gemini's mid-August reading. I'm going to connect with the collective of Gemini at this time for August mid-month. What messages do you have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, Venus for August mid-month? I figured I'd do this reading and then charge my crystals because it is a full moon tonight and I want to take advantage of that. Ooh. I got a message coming in. Maybe that's for someone. Speedy action, right? Quick changes. Something's happening. Maybe I'm going to get a message. Or you, Gemini. Messages. Air travel, possibly. Right? So you're traveling. You did get that Two of Wands, right? That could also be, you know, planning to travel. Alright, let's see what messages we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Showing messages for Gemini, mid-August. Many messages for Gemini for mid-August. Ooh. The Chariot. So, we want to see more movement, right? So it could be, you know, time for some action, change, a journey, right? Moving forward. Definite forward movement. Or, you know, some of you may be involved with a Cancer or have Cancer in your chart. That's a possibility as well. Is the moon. It's the full moon. It's haunting me. Alright, let's see. Any other messages for Gemini? The Hierophant. Okay, so maybe some of you are taking some act or a change in regards to possibly or making a choice, choosing something in regards to this Hierophant. Hierophant generally has to do with like, it's like your marriage card, right? Like traditional, like traditionally, right? Or even like it has to do with like religious or dogmatic beliefs kind of thing. So it could be that maybe you're moving away from that kind of thinking, right? Let's see. Any other messages for Gemini mid-August? Any messages for Gemini mid-August? The Magician. So, again, focused, right? You're creating, you're trying to turn your visions into reality, right? Like, again, some of you may be starting out a business or really trying to create something of your own, you know, your own independent energy, right? Let's see. Any other mess? Oh, there we go. Two of Wands. Here we are again, right? More movement, like in terms of, you know, well, planning for, you know, could be planning to travel. We're just waiting for something to take flight, right? Waiting for this to get going, whatever it is you're working on, whatever you're manifesting, right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the World, right? So there's some success right there, right? A change of pace, things are moving positively, right? Connection to, like, as long as you continue to do what you're doing, I think you're on the right path there, right? As your overall message here. Again, it's another travel card. Who was it? I can't remember which zodiac now, but there was another sign that I did recently where it was like all I got was movement cards and travel. And it's like, okay, either you guys are in a relationship where it's like, or possibly in a relationship where it's like you have to travel to see each other, or again, go on a trip. It's like universe is saying, go, get going, get out there and explore. So maybe that's a message for one of you, right, as well. Right, the world is your oyster, so get out there, right? I know this card's like, oh, wait, but maybe you just need to wait just so you can plan. Like, maybe you're one of those people who just needs to plan a trip. There you go. Okay. Either way, let's find out here what this Chariot card's all about. Why is the Chariot here? Okay. Six of Pentacles, right? Giving, receiving, being generous, right? So let's see. Any other messages regarding this Chariot for Geminis mid-August? Ooh. The Death card. Right, so big changes. Okay, so this Chariot is, there's changes coming, right? You are taking action. You are moving forward. You are like on a journey, okay? And maybe this journey involves some money, right? You need to take out some money in order to get going on your business, right? Take out a loan of sorts. But again, this doesn't mean, like with the Death, it's like, it could be that maybe you need to let go of whatever it is you were doing in the past. Like maybe that 9-to-5 was just not for you, and it's time to like really do your own thing. Again, it might not be for everybody, but it could also just be those old, beliefs that you've had are kind of dying in a way, right? They're like, you're letting go of them, moving on, moving forward, right? There's moving. So you're moving. We're moving with the Chariot, right? There's movement. The world is moving, right? We're constantly spinning, right? Are we not? Right, depending on what you believe in. Right. Why is the Death card here? Let's find out. Why is the Death card here? The Hanged Man. So in regards to death, we have the Hanged Man. Self-sacrifice. It's getting a unique perspective. So again, maybe this is like having to move forward, moving in a different direction, giving up on something that you were doing before. Again, I feel like with these two, it's like it's almost like you've become enlightened, gained some wisdom there, that maybe it could even be with, that whatever it was that you were like, traditions, or maybe you were trying like to fit in, like you don't need to fit in, like wait, fitting in doesn't work, right? You shouldn't have to fit in with anyone. Like you should gravitate towards people who are like-minded versus trying to fit yourself into a box or a package, for for others, like, no, right? Be confident, be yourself. Like, you shouldn't have to try for other people like that. Right? Maybe give to yourself for once. Like, don't give to other, like, all the time, you know, to other people, and for the wrong reasons. I'm not saying don't be generous and give to others. Absolutely not. You need to do that, right? You give, this world's all about giving and taking, right? Which is what this card's about, right? So absolutely do that. But at the same time, like, don't keep giving to someone who's just taking from you and then ultimately not giving back. Like, I'm not saying, oh, this individual has to go above and beyond for you and that you should be giving in order to, like, because you want to receive. No, what I'm saying is don't allow people to walk all over you and just keep taking from you. Like, that's terrible. That's a terrible way to live. Any other messages regarding the Hierophant? All right. Ooh. Okay, so clearly that card just had to pop out, right? The Seven of Pentacles, as well as the oh my gosh, the Ace of Cups. There you go. I'm like having to stare at this card. Like, what card is that? Right. So some of you could be waiting on this, maybe waiting on a relationship to get going, right? Waiting on a proposal, marriage, right? Something along those lines, right? Just waiting. What's with this waiting, right? Or working on a marriage, working towards a proposal, right? Whatever it is, you're working hard, right? Maybe you've got to, yeah, makes sense with the Hierophant. It's definitely something that you became aware of, right? With this Hanged Man there, you became aware of the fact that you're having to maybe put in this extra effort, right? The self-sacrifice in order to see the, like, the success come in, right? But again, you've got to wait for it. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, right? If it is, maybe, you know, for some of you, maybe you are having a baby. If that's the case, then that's another wait. You got to wait all those, like, those months, 9 months there, or in my case, almost, well, it was 10 months for me, technically, because I was way overdue. So it's all about waiting, the waiting game for some. So some of you need to move on and move towards something that you're creating, right? And some of you are literally waiting for, I guess, not, I don't want to say like success in this, make it sound like, oh, I'm just going to wait around for, you know, to make it big. Like, no, you definitely have put in the work, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, you've put in the work, and now you're just kind of like looking at like all of this stuff that you've created, right, for yourself. All right, let's see about this Magician. What else are we creating here? What are we manifesting? Ooh, some of us are trying to manifest this Knight of Wands. Why are you trying to manifest a Knight of Wands? Are you involved with a fire sign? Right? Possibly. Well, he's very passionate. There's this passionate energy, right? Fire energy. So maybe some of you are trying to manifest this passionate relationship, right? You want to get it started. However, the only thing I could say about this Knight of Wands is just be careful, because a Knight of Wands is usually very flaky, right? Flaky behavior. He's like, he's in and out of relationships. So just be mindful of that. Any other messages regarding the Magician? Okay. So this is someone that you have known even for a long time, right? This goes on like generations, right? There's grandma there and the kids, and there's your mom, right? So this is a generation. This is someone you've known from a long time. Maybe a childhood friend. It could be even someone you've dated in the past, had a relationship with in the past, a friendship, whatever. But that's who you're waiting on with. Only concern is it's possible that this individual keeps coming and going, right, in and out of your life. Or maybe that's you, right? Maybe that's you, Gemini, coming in and out, like being all passionate in one moment, and then like, no, I need to go and focus on this right now, and then you're gone. Let's look into this Knight of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands here for Gemini? Yeah, so 10 of Wands. So, sorry. So, whoever this Knight of Wands is, it definitely stresses you out. This in and out business. Like you want to manifest this Knight of Wands, but he just won't stay put, right? He is not the Knight of Pentacles. Let's put it that way. Knight of Pentacles, you know that he's in it for the long haul. He's making that journey. It might take a long time, but he's going to make the journey. The Knight of Wands, he's going to make the journey, but then he's going to kind of leave. And then possibly come back and leave, right? There's a lot of lusty behavior there, right? Like it could be this individual. I don't see them being, well, again, they've been in your life for a long time. So let's see. Any other messages regarding this Knight of Wands for Gemini? Yeah, see, this is an individual that you are probably in a relationship with at some point or another. Again, this could be vice versa, depending, right? Maybe this is the other individual, right? Maybe you're that lusty person who for whatever reason, you really like this person or this ex of yours or whoever, friend, and it just didn't work out, right? Or you never told them how you truly felt, and like you're in and out of, or again, if you did have a relationship, you can't make up your mind, you can't figure it out. And I feel like this Two of Wands is that, basically trying to figure out, like try to make that choice, like who am I going to pick? Am I going to pick door number 1, or will I pick door number 2, right? Let's see. Let's choice. Why is the Two of Wands here for Gemini? Mid-August. Show me clearly, please. Oop. A bunch of them flipped. There we go. Why is the Two of Wands here for Gemini? Alright. We've got Temperance. So with Temperance, it's like balance, harmony, right? Having that self-control. Maybe that's something you need to work on, right, Gemini? Self-control. Like maybe you shouldn't be like this Knight of Wands, right? Or again, other person. It could be the other person. Maybe they need to work on their self-control, right? Or maybe you need to work. Again, maybe you're both attracted to each other, but you know that this relationship just isn't working for you, right? There's something that's stopping you from manifesting your dreams, or really getting or doing what you want to do. I mean, ultimately, I'm just seeing a person, like, again, there's many messages on this board here, but I do see I do see love. I do. I see someone who's I see a lot of passion here. A lot of wands. We've got 1, 2, 3 wands. We have the Ace of Cups, right? So There's a lot of major arcana cards as well, right? So there's the Hierophant. We're definitely, someone's in a relationship. And someone's making a choice between whether or not they want to continue in maybe this marriage or move towards this other individual. Should I stay or should I go? Right? Maybe you're singing that song in your head, if I go there will be trouble. Right? No? What kind of trouble are you getting into, Gemini? What's the Two of Wands here for Gemini, mid-August? Woo! Eight of Swords. So some of you are waiting, not because, waiting for this person, or to make the, it could be, again, some of you have to make the choice, and some of you are waiting, and some of you feel like this, imprisoned, stuck, right? Stuck. Why are you stuck? Why are you stuck, Gemini? Tell me. Why? You're not really stuck. You think you're stuck, but you're not stuck. Really, you can get out of it, right? These are restrictions and limitations that you're putting on yourself, right? You don't have to be stuck. You can make this choice, but maybe you feel like it's a hard choice to make. You don't want to make the choice, therefore you stay stuck, right? Again, balance, right? Temperance is needed. Balance, harmony. You need to really figure out what you truly want. At least the outcome anyway. Maybe that's one thing you need to manifest, right? Be that magician and manifest the outcome that you want, right? Do you want this individual, or should you let them go? Right? Let's see what this World card is doing here. Why is the World card here for Gemini for mid-August? Woo! Ten of Pentacles. Right, so this success, definitely I'm seeing, is something that you are again, groups of you. There's different individuals here for sure, different stories. But I do see that there are some of you who truly want to have that life, right? Where it's like you've got everything you need, the nice house, the white picket fence, right? You want the children, and maybe some of you are going to have children, right? Maybe that's something that you're working towards, right? But it's there. It's a possibility, right? But again, it's all dependent on the choice that you make. Any other messages regarding the world for Gemini mid-August? Messages for Gemini regarding the world for mid-August. Any messages for Gemini regarding the world for mid-August? Judgment. Okay, so again, a lot of change. I'm seeing change here, change in the world, right? We've got change, lots of changes, right? Change. We've got change. We have change, right? I'm sure there's more. I could probably throw some more at you, right? But change is needed because what's happening here isn't working out for you. It's not what you initially were expecting or want. Like maybe there's aspects, little things, right? But it's not the full the full thing that you're looking for. It might be that maybe what you're looking for is to have this relationship with this person, right? Some of you might be dealing with a Virgo, right? With this Magician here. Maybe this Virgo is trying to manifest you to come back to them, and you're like, nah, I can't. I've got, you know, I'm married and I have a kid on the way. I can't come back, right? And it's like, all right, maybe just this once I'll come back. And then you realize, no, you know what? This is too hard. I can't. There's too many responsibilities. I've got a wife. I have a kid. And like now you on top of it. I can't do it. And it's making you feel like you're trapped. Like you can't move forward. Oh, Gemini. There's a lot going on here. Anyway, I'm going to pull some clarifying cards for you before we end for the night. Mid-August, what is going on with Gemini for mid-August? Show me clearly, please. Gemini for mid-August. I just kept seeing intuition. It's like some of you need to do that. Use your intuition. It'll help you figure out what you need to do. Okay, let's see. Okay, any other messages? Woo! Yes, we do. Right. Any other messages for Gemini for mid-August? Any other messages for Gemini for mid-August? Okay. Any other messages? Oop. Aha. Alright. So let's take a look at these cards. So for your first card we have the Child. It was in the past position. So it's definitely someone from your past. It could be a relationship that you had. For some of you, it could have been like someone that you dated in high school, right? Or in your early years, so like early 20s. But definitely someone from your past. Or this could also be that children are involved, right? It lets us know there's the whole innocence about it. Like, all right, look at her face. She looks happy. It actually looks like my daughter. It's kind of funny. When I first saw this card, I was like, oh my gosh, it's my baby. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the card, you think it's beautiful, but really, like, how is she standing on that broken pillar and not falling to her death? Right? I don't know. How is she floating on there? But again, luckily it came out like this and not in the reverse, because if it came out in the reverse, that generally tells me that you have some past issues with your own childhood that you need to address. Okay? But really what I see here is it could just be children are involved. Maybe you have children. Maybe the other person has children, right? But definitely, or a child on the way, right? A child is involved, right? Or again, it could be a relationship from your past, right? It also has to do with your own relationships with your own parents from when you were younger, right? And how they impacted your life in a way, right? So growing up, if you had parents that may had, you know, were always there, right? Maybe one parent was always traveling and not around, and for you that was normal. And like the norm now is that, you know, like you know that possibly like for your own child that that's not something that you generally want to do. You want to be in their life. You don't want to be separated from your child. So again, that's what the child means, right? It could be that for some of you who are involved with someone who has a kid, and maybe that's weighing on you, right? Like that you have to, you know, maybe you are the one who has to make that choice of like walking away because, you know, you don't want to ruin what they have, kind of thing. All right, the next card out was the 8, right? So 8 of fire. Okay. And that is basically like the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? Fire is a very passionate element, right? It's also an element of creativity, right? So it's like being reborn in a sense. So maybe what this is saying, Gemini, is that you are really trying to manifest with that magician card there from previously something. You really want to start something, or whether it be the relationship or a new career or whatever it is, right? It's like you're starting from a place of new, right? Like a phoenix has to burn out, right? And kind of comes out of those ashes, right? As the phoenix, right? So maybe that's something that has to happen with you, right? You need to become reborn, right? And have some temperance healing in order to, you know, be that phoenix. Last card out I have is the 6 of air, and this came out in the reverse. In the reverse, it basically says you need to keep an open mind. Okay, open your mind up to possibilities. Maybe, just maybe, you need to let go of this individual in order for them to come back around later. Right? Things happen in cycles. Right? Phases. Like the moon has phases, which full moon tonight, right? So maybe you gotta wait till the next full moon in order for him to give you a call. Who knows, right? But generally, everything, well, at least on Earth, everything living has a phase, right? Life is one. You just look at animals, look at insects, right? Anything living, trees, plants, whatever, right? So just keep an open mind, right? Things are not always white or black. There's a lot of gray area in between, right? Depending on how the light reflects off something, you get other colors, right? Rainbow happens. So just think about that, right? Keep an open mind. Like, no one's saying like, oh, you need to walk away from this individual and completely forget about them. Like, okay, put them aside, go on about your business, go on doing things that you need to do, right? Go on and manifest this 10 of Pentacles, and then maybe this person may at some point approach you because now they're at your level, right? Now they're at the point where it's like they're vibrating where you're vibrating, right? Just keep that in mind. All right, Gemini, this has been your mid-August reading. If you like this reading, please do hit the like button, share, subscribe. Do leave a comment if this resonated with you. If it didn't, I'm sorry. I apologize, but at the same time, I don't, because, again, you were forewarned at the beginning. Things do not always resonate with you. It may resonate with someone else in your life. Maybe you have a cousin out there who's going through something, or your sister, or your, or your mom. You don't know. right? It's possible that it may happen later on. Maybe in 3 months from now, you're having to make that decision, right? Again, check in with my other videos, right? Look at your moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs as well. I find that especially if you're looking for answers of love, you might want to look at your Venus and your Jupiter to have a clearer picture. Okay, that has been your mid-August reading. Have a good night. Many blessings.